and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. And finally, I'm back after a week off. I am back here on Sports Fan Entertainment making a video. College has been hectic as hell, but it's okay because I'm here now finally to give my Super Bowl 51 pick and predictions. And let me tell you something, okay? I've gotten sick of sitting back watching everybody like Colin Cowherd and Skip Bayless and everybody talk about this game and everyone following the same train of thought. Okay, I'm picking the Patriots. They have the experience. They've been dominant the whole season. It's over. Guys, we have a serious game here. A game in which, honestly, even though I'm about to pick a team to win, I can't even really pick a team to win. This game is going to be very close to me, and these two teams are very evenly matched. But instead of holding you guys and waiting to tell you guys who I'm going to pick, I'm going to format this video like I would an essay or a paper. Let me start with my thesis statement. The Atlanta Falcons are going to win Super Bowl 51. That's right, I have the upset happening here. And let's just get something straight because some of you, hell, all of you, well, most of you, for some reason, whenever you disagree with somebody, you like to say, oh my God, what? Yeah, how could he pick the Falcons to beat the Patriots? Look, is it outside of the realm of possibility? If you want to go crazy when someone says something outside of the realm of possibility, for example, I'm a Martian, or Donald Trump is going to be the best president of all time. You know, that's outside of the realm of possibility. You can be enraged at that. But at least give me this. The Atlanta Falcons defeating the New England Patriots has a decent chance. I think it has a probable chance, and now let me explain why. This Atlanta Falcons team, specifically Matt Ryan, specifically, more generally, this offense, I think they're unstoppable. And I know we've been taught that defense wins championships, that ultimately that defense will pull through, but man, they look unstoppable. Matthew Ryan, 18 touchdowns to 0 interceptions over his last 5 or 6 games at this point, and they've been blowing the hell out of everybody. Okay, the Green Bay Packers, who everyone had in the Super Bowl 2 weeks ago, except for me and some other people as well, they blew them out. The Seattle Seahawks, who had all that playoff experience, they blew them out. The New Orleans Saints, who they only beat by 6, remember, they were up in that game like 35-0. They really blew them out. They blew out the Cardinals. They blew out almost everybody. The last loss they've had was against the Kansas City Chiefs, where I think there was a fumble return for a touchdown by Eric Berry, and there was a blocked extra point return by Eric Berry. They also lost in Philly. Okay, Philly did a great job, as Philly does. They suck you into that ugly stadium of theirs. They suck you. You have a nice dinner with EDP 445, and you lose in Philly. That's their move. Okay, fine. But this Falcons team, over the last 6 games, they've been unstoppable. They haven't even been in a competitive fourth quarter for 6 straight games. Now, the Patriots, on the other hand, have been doing very well as well. Again, this is not me saying definitively the Falcons have absolutely 100% chance to win this game. But what I like about the Falcons that I've not liked about not that I haven't liked, but I haven't seen with the Patriots, I haven't seen, quite frankly, almost invincibility. I mean, the Falcons look like they just can't be stopped. Like, you just cannot stop them. They're going to score the ball, a touchdown on the first drive. They're going to score probably 2 drives after that, and then the drive after that, and the drive after that, then the drive after that. That's their move. The Patriots, their wins lately, they've been very methodical. They've been taking advantage of the other team's mistakes, not really going out to an early lead, but by the fourth quarter, they usually outscore the other team by like 2 touchdowns. You look at the final score, they beat the Steelers by a large sum. They beat the Houston Texans by a large sum. But that Texans game was a little close in the first half. That Steelers game was a little close in the first half. They just really pull away in the second half when these other teams make mistakes. What's going to happen now? when this Atlanta Falcons team that has been making mistakes lately, Matt Ryan, not one interception thrown over the last 5 or 6 games. Can they stop them? Can they slow them down? I don't think anyone can. And the Seattle Seahawks, with their defense, I know it's not the best defense in the NFL, but empirically, I think it's better than the Patriots. Okay, the Patriots have the #1 scoring defense in the NFL. Okay, they're allowing 15 points per game. What a defense! And I understand we want to look at that stat, but you look at the Dallas Cowboys, they were 5th in scoring defense. I think sometimes you just have to go off of your own intuition, off of your own observations, and empirically looking at this Patriots defense, it's not as good as the Seahawks defense, okay? The Seahawks have more talent, okay? So, this Patriots defense, they're not as good as the Seahawks defense, and the Seahawks defense, they couldn't stop the Falcons, okay? The Packers defense was ass, so of course they couldn't stop the Falcons. The Cardinals couldn't stop the Falcons. The Chiefs let up 28 points against the Falcons. I mean, no one can stop them. So the question is, can Tom Brady and this New England Patriots offense outscore the Falcons? And my answer is no. Why? Because although Brady does have a good amount of weapons to his disposal, I don't think it's going to be enough. Julian Edelman, this guy's good, okay? He's a good wide receiver in this league. There's no doubt about it to me. Chris Hogan. He got open a lot last week against Pittsburgh because Mike Mitchell was out of plays time and time again. They were really trying to stop those Patriots running backs, and they failed miserably. Okay, fine. Outside of that, you have Martellus Bennett, who has had 700 receiving yards this year, but I don't really buy Martellus Bennett as a very dynamic tight end at this point. I think that's just him being the #1 tight end because Rob Gronkowski was out for most of the year. I'm not that impressed with Martellus Bennett physically. I don't think the Falcons have a huge problem stopping Martellus Bennett. You look at the running backs, and I think they're a little overrated. LeGarrette Blount, not even averaging 4 yards a carry this year. He has 18 touchdowns. He's fantastic in the red zone and the goal line. But will they be able to just move the ball upfield running the football? Not exactly. Now, Deion Lewis and James White, great receiving backs, but are they as good as, or is that combination as good as Tevin Coleman and Devontae Freeman? I don't think so. I think Matt Ryan has more weapons at his disposal. I know Matt Ryan has been playing better than Tom Brady lately. Hell, he's been playing better than anybody lately in the NFL. So I'm going with Matt Ryan. I'm going with the Falcons offense. I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons to outscore the New England Patriots. And you look at this Falcons defense, okay? This Falcons defense, I know the stats say that they're bad, but again, they haven't been in a competitive fourth quarter for over a month. You saw last week, the Packers scored a garbage touchdown or 2 in the fourth quarter. The Seahawks scored a garbage touchdown or 2 in the fourth quarter. These have not helped the statistics, even the regular season. The Cardinals scored some garbage points. The Panthers scored some garbage points on this defense. The stats are very deceiving, and they go into prevent defense very quickly. Why? Right? Because they're up early. Okay, so like, okay, let's go into prevent. They go into prevent, and they help slow down the clock, which I don't necessarily agree with that philosophy, but okay, fine. You want to have it good. So, again, I'm going with the upset. And I think with the Super Bowl, what I've seen, what I've noticed is just go with your gut. I mean, these are two good teams, no matter what year. These are two good teams here. And what I allowed myself to do last year is I didn't do that. I picked the Carolina Panthers because everything said the Carolina Panthers. They were just a better team than the Broncos. Of course they're going to win. They've been playing great. Fantastic. They're unstoppable. 15-1. Patriots 14-2. But sometimes you just got to go with your gut and the way you think this storyline of the NFL season will end. And I think this is a year for Matt Ryan. I think this is very akin. I've said this time and time again. I'll say it again. To the 2012 Baltimore Ravens, okay, who was led by Joe Flacco at the time, who was playing incredible. He had 10 touchdowns to 0 interceptions in the playoffs. He was playing fantastic. I equate it to that. I think this is a mystical run, even though remember, that Ravens defense, that playoff run was not good. I mean, they led up over 29 points, exactly 29 points in the Super Bowl to the 49ers. They let up 35 points in Denver to Denver, but Joe Flacco put up 38, but Joe Flacco put up 34. I think that's what we're seeing with Matt Ryan And the Atlanta Falcons right now, this is their year. This is his run. This is his time. This is their time. And lastly, as it pertains to playoff experience, again, I hear people making this argument, and I understand it. But here's the problem, okay? Again, if the Falcons, if the playoff experience mattered, they wouldn't be here. They would have lost to the Packers last week. They would have lost to the Seahawks. You look at years prior, if playoff experience mattered, the Seahawks would have won the Super Bowl in 2013. I think the playoff experience argument is defunct. You'll find 50% of the time it doesn't matter, which means it doesn't matter, okay? So I don't care about playoff experience. Now, perhaps they come out and they drop some balls and they make some mistakes. I've seen that. I mean, we saw last week or 2 weeks ago in the NFC Championship game, they had some drops early. They had a fumble early, but they recovered it. So perhaps they have those problems and issues, but man, I think they're too hot. And I think right now this Falcons team is just playing fantastic. I can't pick against them. And again, these two teams are very close right now. They're both playing fantastic. They both clearly been the two best teams this season, and they deserve to be here in this moment. But I'm going with the story of Matt Ryan. I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons to defeat the New England Patriots. Right now, the spread is +3 for the Atlanta Falcons, so of course I'm going to take that. And as it pertains to the over-under of 59, I'm going under. I have the Atlanta Falcons winning this game. You may be surprised by the score, but I'm not. I'm picking them 30-24. So that's going to be under the 59 total. And even if I'm wrong, okay? I'm going to be wrong because the Patriots were able to slow down Matt Ryan more than I anticipated, and they probably would have won like 27-23, maybe 27-24, something like that. I really don't see the Patriots scoring over 30. The Falcons is possible, but I really don't see it either. Not too high over 30, I should say, because I have them scoring 30. Reason being, we have two coaches here, defensive head coaches, and Bill Belichick and Dan Quinn. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game. They will limit the other team somewhat. We'll see a good amount of field goals, a healthy amount, but ultimately, again, I have the Atlanta Falcons defeating the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 51. So there you go. Those are my thoughts. Those are my predictions. That is my pick. What are yours? Comment down below. I want to know. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, to subscribe. And until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment, and I'm out.